Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. Yes, beat Wi-Fi Boy and Arsenal net 3 points to kick off match week 12 of the Premier League. A commanding performance at the Emirates. Newcastle dug in, sat back, and to be honest, just defended. And Arsenal took full advantage in what was, let's be real, at times a training game for Arsenal, passing around defenders, breaking them down, and we managed to do so on 2 occasions to net us 2 goals. To be fair, starting the game, we got into good positions, we just couldn't execute chances. To be honest, Nuno Tavares was just shooting from anywhere. He was kicking some balls into orbit at times. It was awful. Let's be real. Then Nakonga picked one up, played through Saka over the top, but he couldn't quite get a connection on it. And then that kind of kicked us into motion. To end the first half, we had some momentum, and then we had the big chance. Saka at the byline, cuts it back. Emil Smith-Rowe on the header, great save by Dubravka. It falls to Aubameyang right in front of the net. It goes begging. I don't know what he's thinking, Aubameyang, but awful miss. I would have scored that. I'm pretty sure the viewers would have scored that too. Terrible miss from him. But then going into the second half, we built on the momentum. Arteta must have given them a right rollicking, to be fair. He must have said, look boys, we need to score, we need to create some more chances. And he must have also told Tavares to stop shooting, because we managed to get a chance. Saka drifted over to the left. It became an overload. Saka, Smith-Rowe and Tavares all on the same side. Saka played Smith-Rowe, who then played Tavares. Tavares with a nice reverse pass back to Saka. It was a tight angle on the left side, but precise finish into the bottom corner, and that gave us the 1-0 lead. And he shouted out Mesut Ozil in his celebration. Then unfortunately Saka actually got injured and had to get taken off, replaced by Martinelli, who came on. About time Martinelli gets more minutes under his belt. He had good 30 minutes today, and he scored on literally his second touch of the game. I think it was 2 minutes with him coming on. Tomiyasu over the top, and then Martinelli's smart finish. Didn't try and just power it. He just lofted it over the keeper into the back of net, and that was 2-0. Great finish. And then from there, we just stuck to our guns and finished off the game. Good 3 points. I would have liked a bit more to kind of edge back into our goal difference, because we're still in the negative, but clean sheet, 2-0 victory. Can't have too many complaints. We can now sit back and watch the other teams in the league hopefully drop some points. Yeah, getting into the player ratings. Aaron Ramsdale, for me, he was good. I gave him an 8. He made one show-stopping stop. I don't think he really needed to do that much for it, to be fair. Like, he twisted his body and everything and threw arms at it. I think it would have been a routine save if he just threw his left hand at it, but decent save nevertheless from Aaron Ramsdale. His distribution wasn't amazing today, and he wore his away kit, which kind of threw me. But other than that, no, it was a great performance from Aaron Ramsdale. I'll give him an 8. Tomiyasu got an assist. In fact, both our fullbacks got the assist, but Tomiyasu in particular was always... He didn't have as big a game in terms of far as in terms of, like, it wasn't everywhere, but he did what he needed to do up and down the pitch, and I'll give him an 8 as well. 2 centre backs, Ben White and Gabriel, I'll both give a 7 to. They didn't really do much in terms of stipulating the defence from attack. They weren't the ones bringing it forward and making killer passes, but they defended what they needed to do and defended what they had to do. To be fair, Newcastle weren't amazing. They picked up towards the end of the game when they were 2-0 down, but by then it was too late. They defended fine, to be fair, both of those defenders. Tavares, he had the tail of 2 halves. His first half, he was terrible. Literally, as soon as he got the ball, he would just shoot from anywhere. And a couple of times it came to him and he would just slice it out of bounds. Like, just take the corner, bro. You don't need to be whacking it every time. But yeah, second half he was amazing. He must have got told by us to stop shooting, just do what you can do, and that was running with the ball and passing. He whipped in a couple of great crosses that we couldn't quite take advantage of, but other than that, running with the ball, made a couple of good defensive recoveries as well, running. Great performance in the second half from Tavares. Partey I'll give an 8 to. Anchored midfield, just broke up the little things, passing from there, much better performance than against Liverpool. And Sambi next to him, Lokonga, I thought he was lucky to start. I would have liked to see Ainsley in, especially because Lokonga didn't play well against Liverpool, but he did his job today. Lokonga, great performance from him, passing the ball from left to right, always present in midfield, and he's looking like a good young player. And then up the pitch now, getting into the attackers. Smith-Rowe, I'll give a 7 to. It wasn't his best game. It was a bit quiet today, in fact, actually. But I don't mind that from Smith-Rowe. He doesn't need to be there every game. He can hopefully just proves it now towards against Man United and Everton. He just performs better because he wasn't quite at it today. We didn't necessarily need him to be, though. Saka on the other wing, he was our standout player, Bukayo Saka, today. I'll give him a 9. Even though he was only on for 60 minutes and came off injured, great performance. Like, he proved why he is such a good footballer for us. Dangerous whenever he picked up the ball. He was almost got a worldie before he did score, when he did a little slalom between defenders. But yeah, Bukayo Saka, he's tricky with the ball at his feet. Great player, and hopefully that injury doesn't keep him out too long. He's got some tough games coming up. Odegaard also was a bit quiet today. I'll give him a 7. In the first half especially, his touch and final ball let him down. He was getting the ball in nice areas between the lines, but then, yeah, just his final touch or final pass just letting him down and letting the side down. But he hasn't been in the starting 11 recently, so maybe that's it. He just needs to pick up his form again. And Aubameyang ahead of him, our worst player on the pitch, missed an absolute sitter, to be honest. Like, not even a world-class striker would have scored that. Like, you just had to be a striker, and I'm pretty sure a defender would have scored that. But either way, needing to get his shooting boots on, because he's been letting the side down recently. We're playing with, like, I know he's our captain. I know I will back him while he's an Arsenal player, but his performances haven't been great, Aubameyang especially, and sometimes you need to get another strike. We do need to sign a strike in January, and that made that obvious, that made that clear as day that we do need a striker in January. Aubameyang's not finishing, then I'll give him a 5. In terms of the subs, Martinelli I'll give him an 8, who scored a great goal and then also got injured as well. Geezer can't seem to stay fit for more than 20 minutes at a time, it seems. But then the other players, El Neni and Lacazette, barely had any time on the pitch, so I'm not really going to rate them. I'll just give them a 6. Arteta did his job today, I'll give him an 8. Got the team right, maybe made the subs a little bit early. I would have taken off Saka early. He didn't need to keep him on to then trigger his injury further. He could have just taken him off at that time. I know he wanted to let Martinelli warm up, etc. But yeah, it is what it is. And just general subs earlier. But managed the game well, Arteta. Gave him a nice talking to at half time. And we turned up to be better side. The fans also, I know it was a tube strike in London, but the fans came out and looked decent today. Definitely picked up the atmosphere once we went a goal up. And yeah, and the referee did his job as well. Didn't give them. There was a couple times when Callum Wilson could have had a penalty. No way was it a penalty. Managed the game well. Also, Tomiyasu on a handball. It's one of those ones where he slid and it just hit his hand. Referee did his job today, to be honest. Did everything he could well. No complaints from him. Maybe could have hurried them up when they were time wasting, but other than that, that's just minor things. It was a good performance and we managed the game well. 2-0 victory to take into our future games. I had the stats split screen with me. We had more than enough shots, 23 shots, 6 on target, 66% possession. It was domination games from Arsenal today. And look, Newcastle, they have yet to win a game still, and it could have been banana peel them coming to us, but we dealt with them. We now move through a tough run of games going to Christmas. Tough games. United next, that's a 6-pointer, especially the fact that we're competing with them. They go away to Chelsea now. If they lose to Chelsea, that makes it, I want to say, 3 losses on the bounce. Then it's panic stations for them lot at that time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. I think it'll be a really good game. We're going to move a bit. We just need to win today. After the 4-0 loss at Anfield, we just need to bounce back and get some kind of victory to regain some momentum and sort of push in the forward direction, because we're making a top 4 charge this year, especially with no Europe. This is the best chance we're going to have, and we need European football. If that means Champions League, I'm taking it 100%. But yeah, I've been White Football. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below as an Arsenal fan, Newcastle fan, or a football fan in general. And if you're new around here, if you enjoy Arsenal and football related content, please consider subscribing on my road to 700. I'll catch you guys in the next video.